So we just moved to 60 acres of land with our 7 family members, and we are starting a homestead. And what little we know from my husband growing up on a farm and my mom being a master gardener, we didn't really learn much, and so we are learning as we go. And we want to share with you guys what we learn, and I just want to make this as easy and basic as possible because I know I'm still learning, and I just wanted to find accounts of people who were also still learning. So here is our year 2 homestead garden. So my husband put this up last year. We just dug in some fence posts and put a fence, and it's very basic. It's chicken wire. We do have Great Pyrenees who keep things away, so I don't know if that we'd have a lot of pests otherwise. So here is my garden. Obviously there needs to be some weed control done here, but we did manage to find a solution with wood chips, so we just need to do that everywhere. My husband built these garden beds from some steel that he found on Facebook Marketplace and some treated wood. It's no longer treated with arsenic like they say that it used to be. It's safe now. So he built these beds for me. I probably would have been okay with them being half as tall, but I can't complain because he made them. So we're just gonna go with it. And we filled them with logs and sticks and cardboard. And then we put it in some soil. As you can see, this is how much rain we just got in the last day. So that's a lot of rain. So this is my garden. We'll just show you guys. I'm learning as I go. So I learned about these from Carrie Underwood. She did potato bags, and I thought that's so cool. So these are some early potatoes that I put in. Last year they did really well in there. The nice thing about it is there's no digging. Like, you're not going to put your knife or your shovel through a potato as you're digging. I do have some experience. I worked in an organic garden in college, so I do have some experience, but that was a long time ago, 25 years ago, so I don't remember it all, but I do remember putting our shovels through potatoes, so that's pretty exciting. Here's some trellises I still need to put up. We bought some, so I planted my first batch of garlic last fall, and I'm very happy with it. I came out here today to see if I have any garlic scapes. You have to take those off so that it doesn't go to seed, and so it grows big bulbs. I'm gonna look for those. Here's my cabbages. I bought these all at the same time. I put some here and some here, and clearly I did not do a very good job mixing the soil for this bed because there's quite a size difference. I've never grown cabbages before. So I've also never grown garlic before. So I am learning. I mulched this to keep the soil cooler. These are some collards that I put in. I have some beans coming up there. I have some peas coming up there. I'm hoping to trellis a loop to here, a taller loop. So I also put some more trellisable stuff over here. I put some cucumbers in. I have never grown cucumbers before either. So all of this is just new to me, but it's really, really fun. This is bush beans, raspberries. I may regret putting them here, but I literally had them sitting here so long and was like trying to find a spot for them that I thought I'm just gonna put them in the ground and we'll see how it goes. We have a massive wild blackberry patch, so I was thinking I might relocate them now down near there. But this is all of that. Then I put in carrots. All the videos that I've watched, all the gardeners say carrots are the worst thing to grow. Here's more cucumbers. I'm hoping to trellis them along like that. But everyone said carrots are so hard. I grew some last year, and I agree, they turned out horribly. I thinned them a little bit. They look awful, but whatever. This is a plant that my neighbor gave me. I forget what it's even called, but she said that the flowers, if you eat them or put them in beverages, they have like a burning sensation. She said it's really cool. So I'm like, all right, thanks. It's really kind of bushing out there, but we'll see. This is another potato patch that I put in. Now, if you've heard of the hugelkultur method, it's where you like pile up a bunch of sticks and logs and sticks and then dirt, and you make like a big mound. Potatoes like to grow in mounds, and so I thought maybe the hugelkultur will be a good thing for them rather than the potato bag. So I'm testing it out. They've done really well. I mean, clearly they're obviously thriving, so I'm pretty excited about that. This is just a bed that I'm going to do succession planting in. I have radishes. These are probably ready to get out. I've grown radishes before. They're super easy. This is my lettuce. I just thinned it right before the rain came. This is our strawberry patch. We grew strawberries last year and got like 3. So we got a couple more plants, and I decided to put them in a raised bed. These are rocks that we painted red A little trick that I learned. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, so this is like what I'm going on. But you paint them red to look like strawberries. The birds come and peck at them, hurt their beaks. They don't want to come back. And then I just put this in because my son, this is his little strawberry patch, and he got this at a parade this summer. And I'm like, you know what, Johnny, we're going to put your little spin wheel in your strawberries and see if that deters the birds. So I did not learn that from anywhere. I just made that up. We'll see if that's a good thing. Again, we have, so here's the more garlic continued. I've learned from people to maximize space. Anywhere there's an opening, just drop something in. So I had an opening between the garlic and the fence, and I just planted I just direct sowed a bunch of carrots. I had been staying up on the weeding, but it's crazy. The weeds here, like, it's good soil. We're in Wisconsin. So I've given up, and I'm just going to let the carrots do their thing. I mulched in a little bit, and we'll see. And then I put some onions down here. And then this is my clovers taking over my potatoes again. So those are my raised beds. And then this is the Vigo garden beds that I got last year. And I don't even remember what I had in here last year, but this year I decided to do a whole bunch of kale in here because we had a ton of kale last year. And we're not Minnesota, we're in Wisconsin. Did I say Minnesota? I used to live in Minnesota. We're in Wisconsin, and you don't have a very long growing season, but kale grows forever. And I love having greens, and so I loved having the kale. I did the curly leaf last year. I like that better than this, but this is still really good. It's very tender, it's very sweet. I'm really loving this one. I forget what it's called, lacto kale or something like that. Again, just a beginner, so I'm not going to pretend like I know everything, but I'm just sharing with you, like, this is how you start. They say it takes about 5 years to get the knack of it, so we're in year 2, and this is what we're doing. Now I have peppers in here and basil. They work together, or companion together. My basil has really taken off. It was super pokey, and I was very worried about it. We had this massive heat wave, so it must be heat loving. I know peppers are heat loving, so they've been happy. We had a couple of days of 95 degrees, so I've been topping off my basil so it bushes out a little bit, and then so it does not go to seed. So you just want to do that, because if it goes to seed, you don't want that. So you can top it off so it bushes out a little bit. You just pinch off the top, and then the leaves will split and they will bush out, and that's what I've been doing. And so this has bushed out. I need to top it a little bit more. Here's my little pollinator garden. I literally just put in like a mix. Like, this is a nasturtium that I planted because they are edible. They're very pretty. I even like their leaves, and they attract a lot of pests they attract good things that eat the pests, or they attract the pests and keep them away from the other plants. I forget what it is. Either way, a lot of people have nasturtium in their garden and marigolds. So I planted some seed marigolds. I don't even remember where I did it, but I know I did it. So we'll see them coming up. Here's a random zinnia coming up. And then we have some tomatoes that came up, some volunteers, because my tomatoes were here last year, and apparently they got into this bed. So I'll probably pull them, but I just feel so bad. They're so big already. I don't feel bad pulling the little ones, but when they're that big. And then here's my tomatoes. Clearly, I have the little wimpy cages. So I was considering doing the Florida weave. I just haven't put the posts in for that. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I might next year build something like a structure that goes up, and then we tie them straight up. That's what I think I would like to do. That's what I've seen a lot of other people doing. I have a variety of different heights, a variety of different types. Okay, so this is actually a sucker. So if you don't know what a sucker is, here is a sucker. So on tomatoes, you want to take these suckers off because they produce another flowering plant, and they take energy away from the top flowers at the top. So you really want them to grow nice and tall and have these flowering spots up at the top, and you want to get rid of those suckers. Every once in a while I forget to pick a sucker and it grows big, which is the case here. A child pulled this tomato plant, so I planted a sucker there. So I took a large sucker that I had missed, and I felt bad for it because I'm a nurse, and I guess I just feel bad for things all the time and have to nurture stuff. So you just put it in water and it grows roots. So once there was a nice root system established, I came out here and planted it, and it's been doing great. So the child who pulled the tomato plant is no longer in trouble because I've replaced it. It's going to take a little time to catch up. Another volunteer back here that I just fenced because whatever. You know, my tomato plant, I think they're probably all indeterminate, which means they grow like wild. You can't predict what size they're going to be. They just grow longer, and I like that with our shorter growing season. I want to maximize, so I have indeterminate, and it turns into a giant bush of tomatoes at the end, and maybe that's not so pretty, but for me it works. I canned 300 quarts of food last year, and a lot of it was tomato stuff. So here is my little herb garden. Oh shoot, my dill went nuts in that heat and it went to seed. So there we go. I cannot for the life of me grow cilantro. Oh no, this is my cilantro. That's what it is. Okay, my dill is back there. Sorry. So my cilantro always sucks. I don't know why I'm so bad at growing cilantro. I should just give up. I'm going to tear that out. But my parsley's looking great. The basil's looking great. The chives, the sage. We have thyme and oregano. We have rosemary back there. Yeah, I'm pulling the cilantro tonight and throwing it in my compost. This is comfrey. Comfrey is really great to use on wounds. My daughter had a bone surgery last year and I made a poultice from it. It's just really good. You can also make comfrey tea. It's like a compost tea. It's a very nutritious tea for your garden. Just put it in water and let it sit and cook for a couple of days and then pour it on your plants. I just think it's so beautiful. I mean, look at those leaves. It's just giant and beautiful. It looks so great. This is my lemon balm. Sorry. This is really good for mood, for like calming, for anxiety. And it is thriving. So it's like, I think you need me. Really good stuff. I just make tea out of it really, really easy. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to get this whole patch under control and then I'm going to put something in here. I don't know what yet, but this is year 2 homesteading, learning from watching YouTube videos while I Peloton in the morning. I hope this is inspirational to you guys because like it's not perfect, but I'm trying my best. And I had a good yield last year with my very first garden and knew nothing. My husband used the scraps from the beds and he made me a 3-tiered compost bin. So we're going to start doing that. You start it in here and you shovel it back and forth, add some water, add brown and green, keep it warm and let it cook, and you just keep moving it down the bins is what I've learned. I didn't explain that very well, but that's my compost pile. This was the one that he built me last year out of pallets. It worked fine. And I should show you my worm bin. So this is my compost worm bin. It's called a sub pod. And in here, I ordered some compost worms, and they're in here under the dirt. You can see one right there. And then I put some, here they are. You can see them down in there. There's the composting worms. I ordered a bag of them. I can put some links to where I got my worms. This is their little worm food right now. They can crawl in and out of here to enrich my soil, and this is just their little worm blanket that came with the sub pod. And that just goes on there to keep them temperature regulated. And then you just seal it up and it keeps them nice and safe. It's buried in my garden and it's pretty cool. My favorite part about gardening is how absolutely beautiful it is up here in Wisconsin. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place. So grateful to have this garden and grateful to be learning all of this, and I hope that in the years to come I can become a very good resource for everybody.